धन्यवाद। Ninong Ering.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to speak from here, sir. At the outset, Mr. Chairman, I would really like to thank Shri Vincent Palaji, Honorable Member of Parliament from Meghalaya, who has brought this private member's bill. In relation to his certain demands, I would also like to add issues relating to the Northeast and also to Arunachal Pradesh. Of course, in his amendment, he has said that the inclusion of traditional occupation of tribals, including occupation relating to mines and minerals. Part 2 in paragraph 4 and subparagraph 1, the following subparagraphs shall be inserted, namely, notwithstanding anything in the Constitution where a regional council or a district council resolves that the customary practices of laws to be protected, the Governor shall refer the matter to the Legislative Assembly of the state concerned. And where the Legislative Assembly of the state concerned urges to resolve a regional council or a district council, the Governor shall issue a specific order on his behalf. In his relation to the rights on the lands of the tribals of the 6th schedule states, he also wants to including that having the lot of ethnic groups, he also wants that including the tribal customary laws and the gams or the headmen, he also wants the right that the people of the 6th schedule should have rights and claims over the mines and minerals which are to be excavated. Of course, when we go back to history, right to the days of the founder of the Constitution, Dr. Ambedkar ji, and some very important people, I would like to mention their names. The Northeast Frontier Assam Tribal and Excluded Areas Committee Chairman Gopinath Bodolai, and similarly the committee is known as the Bodolai Committee. There were a lot of objections, claims, counterclaims, and people who did not want that the 6th schedule should be implemented. But because there were people like Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel who said that no, the tribal rights, they should be protected, they should be looked after. The discrimination that is taking place, that has to be looked into. So a committee was formed, and the drafting committee headed by Dr. Ambedkar was put in the 6th schedule. We must really give our respects and regards to Dr. Ambedkar, Gopinath Bodolai, A.V. Thakkar, Jaipal Singh, and Reverend J.M. Nicholas Rai, who spoke in favor of the 6th schedule during that time. Now, after the adoption of the 6th schedule, where 4 states are involved, especially in the Northeast, that is, in Assam we have the Bodoland Territorial Council, we have the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council, Dima Hosa Autonomous District Council. In Meghalaya we have the Garo Hills Autonomous District Council, the Jaintia Hills District Council, and the Khasi Hills Autonomous District Council. In Tripura we have the Tripura Tribal Areas Autonomous District Council, of which my very good friend Sri Jitendra Chaudhary had spoken. And of course, in the Mizoram state, we have the Chakma Autonomous District Council, the Lai Autonomous District Council, and the Mara Autonomous District Council. In Arunachal Pradesh also, recommendations have been made for 2 autonomous council. That is the Mon Autonomous Council considering of that time, it was known as the whole of Kameng, but now it is known as Tawang and West Kameng. And in the eastern part, we have the Patkai Autonomous Council, which consists of Longding, Tirap, and Changlang. Now, sir, I would like to bring to the knowledge of the House also, because I am taking the advance of Shri Vincent Pala, as he had brought this bill on this for the amendment. The case of these areas, these are ethnic groups. Arunachal has got more than 31 major tribes and more than 100 plus sub-tribes. I'm really grateful to our colleagues who have really spoken well, all, especially for the Northeast, especially to our previous speaker, who really knows the sentiments and emotions of the people of Arunachal Pradesh and the Northeast. Like he was saying, I will not, of course, agree to what he has said about the Akhil Bharatiya Parishad or the party as a whole, but because the Northeast has been a very sensitive area. Even at this present day, you will see that even China has got its claim on Arunachal Pradesh. Who is China to say what Arunachal is to do or not to do, or the central government has to do or not to do? His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, is a friend of ours, he's a guest of ours, and he has taken refuge in India, and we still recognize him as the leader of the Tibetan Council. Now here I would like to say that as he had referred, that yes, there were children who studied in Banastali, in Mumbai. In fact, our very close friend, Mr. P.B. Acharya, who's the Excellency, the Governor of Arunachal Pradesh and Nagaland. I know him since my childhood. During my late father's day when he was a worker here, and he used to take children from Arunachal Pradesh and the other parts of the Northeast, and like to intermingle, intermix. That time we did not, and now also he's doing that. But that time, we didn't have a party-based thing. That time it was the Congress only. But I'm not speaking about the Congress or the UPA or the NDA. But what I want to say is the people really have to understand what the Northeast is. You have to study our culture. You have to understand the sentiments and feelings of the people. We should be, excluded from the racial discrimination that is taking place. Sir, you will know that just recently also, there have been incidents in Bangalore, in Mumbai, in Delhi, where the Northeast children are always being victimized. And always the question of racial discrimination comes. I've seen when anything happens in Australia or in the United States, and one of our Indians are, discriminated, how we feel. Similarly like that, the people and the children of the Northeast feel that discrimination sometimes. And for that, we have to have stringent laws. And that is why I really appreciate Shri Vincent Pala, who has brought this forward. But again, coming back to my state of Arunachal Pradesh, like I said, the Mompas, Shetupengs, these are very small sub-tribes, sub-tribes, very small. And especially when you go down to the eastern part, where we have the issue of, even insurgency. We have, in Tionsang, we have the Konyaks. In the Arunachal side, we call them Wanchus. Sir, I would like to plead before the House. I have taken several times. I have taken the 0 hours, I have taken the 377, I have written personal letters to the Honorable Tribal Ministers, Tribal Affairs Minister, that there are people in the Arunachal Pradesh who do not even have a recognition. They don't even have a name. They are known as other Naga tribes. Now, who are the other Naga tribes? When people tell me, across Nagaland or other places also, that why are you pleading for these people? I tell them that what should we call them? Do you call yourselves other Naga tribes? Do you say you are just other Naga tribes, or do you say as Sema or Angami or Tangkul? You have a name. But what about our people? We have Vanchos, we have Noktes, we have Tutchas, we have Yobins. So these are the issues that are very, in particular we have to take up. My very good colleague and friend, Shri Kiren Rijiju is here, my younger brother. He's also the Honorable Home Minister. I've requested the government of Arunachal Pradesh and also the central government that these issues should be resolved. They are very small ethnic tribes. And if we do not give importance to them, they will be just like the tribes of Andamans, what are they called? Ungis. They will just, they vanish from this system. That is why I'm saying that we really have to think about the issues of the Northeast. Now, when I come back to the sixth schedule for these two constituencies of the District Council of Mon and Patkai, I would like to say that these tribes and sub-tribes are being neglected. The road communications, the education, the services in which they were supposed to be, especially in the administrative services and all, there's no place for them. Sir, I would like to tell the House also, this August House also, that these people have tried to compete with the others. But because of their ethnic, you can say not exactly discrimination, but because of their, the support that the government of the state government or from the center is not giving them, they have been completely neglected. And they have to come forward. And hence, even for Arunachal Pradesh, I would say that why can't we just divide Arunachal Pradesh also, just like that they have done in Assam or in Meghalaya, giving all these small identities, the ethnic identities, say we can have, during the NEFA times, there were only 5 districts. We had Kameng, Subansari, Siang, Luhit, and Tiram. But by the gradual time, because when a family grows, the family has to expand. So now we have got 21 districts. And in those districts, when you say about Tawang and West Kamang, who are demanding for the Mon Autonomous Council, the other part, that is the East Kamang, Subansari, Lower Upper, are in one block. The other block is the erstwhile Siang, which comprises of Alo, West Siang, Tuting, Yingkiong, Upper Siang, then we have the Siang, East Siang, and then you come to Luhit, where you have the Dibang and Lower Dibang and Luhit, and Namsai now, and Anjao. So when we can make this into 4 blocks, we would also like to suggest, of course, the Honorable Minister is here, and he should not take it otherwise. But we also feel that we are also being discriminated, because we have areas like Anjao.
One minister discriminated another MP.
No, why I am saying, you see a place like Chaglaham, place like Kivito, place like Anini, place like, Gailing, all Singa, which you have traveled yourself. And see, it takes 5 days march to reach these places. From one, from a motorable road, you have to walk 5 days. Imagine, one of the most beautiful places, Vijayanagar, where even our old, Second World War army people, or in 1962, those people who were there, they are now there, residing there, they have their houses there, and they have been, given land there. People of Arunachal Pradesh are very broad-minded, and they have given them home, shelter, and the army people are still staying there. So all these things have to be taken into consideration, and I think that why not even an autonomous council for Mon, for Patkai, and also for the central region, that is which erstwhile Siang and Luhit, which comprises of West Siang, East Siang, Upper Siang, Siang, Dibang, Lower Dibang, Anjao, Luhit, and Namsai. So what happens is that everyone is satisfied. So that is my demand in this House and also to the state government, that this issue also should be taken up, because then there will be no disparity. Of course,
We support him.
Like the issue where Mr. Jitendra Saab said, Chaudhary Saab said, that the issue of the Chakmas. We have no objection if Chakmas have been given Indian citizenship. But, sir, our Honorable Home Minister sitting here is very much aware that Arunachal Pradesh is still under the, under the 1873 Bengal Frontier Regulation, where even other people who are not residents of Arunachal Pradesh will have to take an inner line permit. So why is it we can, like he has said, of course I would like to differ in that case, how can we accept the Chakmas as citizens of Arunachal? We will accept them as citizens of India. They have taken refuge. We have got a lot of Tibetan refugee camps, and they are all staying there. We don't have anything. If the Indian government has accepted them, then well and good. But that does not mean that the people of Arunachal Pradesh, like we were discussing about the Forest Dwellers Act, and for which I will again discuss later on. But to be very frank, sir, land, we have got plenty of land. We have 83,000 square kilometers. But that land is completely forest land, and which is not, very hospitable. People cannot just live like that, or on the hills, or you even in the beautiful hills of, say, Anini or Menchuka or Tawang, they are all, people cannot live there. So these issues, we cannot accept that the Chakmas should be rehabilitated in these places where they are staying. Because, sir, these are very sensitive issues. Our people of Arunachal Pradesh are vehemently opposing that no, all the refugees should be gone, should be sent back to Bangladesh or to any other part of India, because here they've been just given a temporary refuge. Let it be the Chakmas, let it be even the Tibetans settlement areas. We have got a lot of Tibetan settlements.
Honourable member, you can continue your speech next time.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.